I've heard of a place out here where I live. It's on one of the back roads of the Alaskan new-growth forests in one of these valleys. They say that if you drive down this road on a day when the sun is shining so brightly as to make everything appear black and white, then you might come across a girl walking along the side of the road. She is said to be easy to recognize because, whether it is summer or winter, she is always wearing a heavy wool overcoat and a set of oversized headphones like those big skull candy headphones you can find in stores. According to this story, if you drive up alongside her and roll down the window, you might hear her singing. The song, some people around here say, is Rezo Sures's Gloomy Sunday. If you interrupt her, asking the question before she's finished the song, it is said that her answer will be, "I can't remember," and that in the next town that you enter, you will be arrested for the kidnap and murder of this girl. However, if you were to wait for her to finish and then ask the question, being, "When did it last snow?" and this is to be asked no matter what season it is, she will give you one of 3 possible answers. If she says, "Thursday," you will continue to drive ahead as if nothing has happened, but though you will be able to see and control your actions, it will be through a thick fog as if you were asleep. You will live out the rest of your life in this empty dream state, and when you die, your soul will be condemned to a black emptiness. If the answer is, "Today," then you are far more fortunate. You will continue on to your destination without event, and upon returning home, you will find that your greatest wish has been realized. However, if her answer is, "Last Friday," then may whatever entity controls our fates have mercy on you. You will vanish for over a year, and no one will have the slightest clue where you have gone. Your family, in despair, will give you up for dead. Then, on a Friday, during the following year's snowmelt, your body will be found hanging from an old black spruce in one of these swamps. Your face will have been eaten away, and your body in such a state of decay that you'll only be identified by your dental records. Your spirit, however, will be trapped, forced to walk that road every day when the sun is so bright that everything seems black and white. Now, you might be asking how I know all this. I have never done this myself, only heard the stories, but I have also lived up here for most of my life, so I can tell you this honestly. 6 years ago, this entity was a little boy. Then, they found my sister. There was a hunter in the woods who, after a long day of hunting, was in the middle of an immense forest. It was getting dark, and, having lost his bearings, he decided to head in one direction until he was clear of the increasingly oppressive foliage. After what seemed like hours, he came across a cabin in a small clearing. Realizing how dark it had grown, he decided to see if he could stay there for the night. He approached, and found the door ajar. Nobody was inside. The hunter flopped down on the single bed, deciding to explain himself to the owner in the morning. As he looked around the inside of the cabin, he was surprised to see the walls adorned by several portraits, all painted in incredible detail. Without exception, they appeared to be staring down at him, their features twisted into looks of hatred and malice. Staring back, he grew increasingly uncomfortable. Making a concerted effort to ignore the many hateful faces, he turned to face the wall, and, exhausted, he fell into a restless sleep. The next morning, the hunter awoke. He turned, blinking in unexpected sunlight. Looking up, he discovered that the cabin had no portraits, only windows. Fallout 3 contains several in-game radio stations. The most diverse and important station is Galaxy News Radio. Many players of the evil persuasion know that you can kill Three Dog and he will be replaced by the technician Margaret. She is not a charismatic person and has very little to say, seeming to not enjoy her new announcing duties. She also never appears in person, and therefore cannot be killed. Once Three Dog is dead, you're stuck with Margaret. What most players do not know is that under certain circumstances, GNR will become a number station. A number station is a station that broadcasts an unusual coded message. Many of these exist in real life, and some hypothesize that they are a nuclear retaliation control network. Simply check Wikipedia for more information about these odd broadcasts as they relate to the real world. Anyways, back to Fallout 3. No one is really sure which actions are needed to hear the number station in Fallout 3. It appears that you must kill Three Dog, because no one has reported hearing the number station with him still alive. It also appears that you have to skip over the quest Galaxy News Radio, where you help boost the signal so that the station can broadcast further than just the immediate DC area. This is easy enough to do with either a speech check or simply using the Fallout Wiki to look up where to go next and advance the main plot. Finally, you definitely have to destroy Raven Rock. This is the actual trigger to turn GNR into a number station, and it will remain such for the rest of the game. However, the vast majority of the players who perform these three actions still continue hearing the standard GNR broadcasts, so there must be several more requirements the community has yet to isolate. If you're lucky enough to have hit upon the right set of circumstances, just after destroying Raven Rock, you will get the message, "Radio signal lost," and a few seconds later, "Radio signal found." You cannot, however, actually listen to GNR just yet, because you didn't boost the signal and are out of range of the broadcast at the exit of Raven Rock. Luckily, Raven Rock is situated in the mountains, and is right near one of the few places outside DC that you can get high enough to catch the signal. So far, the confirmed locations to hear the GNR number signal are 1. Within the immediate DC area, obviously. This is true for the regular GNR throughout the game. 2. At the top of the Ferris wheel at Point Lookout. 3. On the tops of some of the SATCOM arrays you can climb in the northwestern map area. 4. On the roof of Tenpenny Tower, though this may be within normal broadcast range anyway. Feel free to playtest and get back to me on this. 5. On the highest point of the broken bridge around Erifu. Again, maybe within broadcast range anyway. And 6. On some of the highest points of the mountaintops in the area near Raven Rock. This is obviously your easiest chance to first listen to the number station. When you tune in, you will hear an old familiar voice, Three Dog, despite the fact that you killed him earlier. However, you will quickly notice that he does not seem to be in character, so I guess it's not technically Three Dog, but just the voice actor, Eric Dellums. He reads a series of numbers in a monotone, depressed-sounding voice. He always recites a list of single digits between 9 and 12 characters long. For example, 93791720034. He never uses a multi-digit number like 11 or 40. These numbers are followed by widely varying lengths of Morse code. This is then followed by the song "I Don't Want to Set the World on Fire." All other musical tracks seem to be inactive on the number station. The Morse code was the easiest part of the mystery to crack, as the code is widely available and many people actually know it by heart. We quickly had a list of a great number of messages in English. Some sounded completely mundane and even comical, such as, "Wash the car today, maybe Chinese for dinner," or, "Have you watched my YouTube video yet? I uploaded myself kicking bums in the nuts." You may be saying, but wait, YouTube doesn't exist in the Fallout universe, and you're right. As far as we could tell, all of the messages sounded like they were based in our reality somewhere near present day. Some of the messages, however, are quite sinister, such as, "The Queen has died today. The world mourns, as on days like these, we are all Brits." Or, "I can't believe they've actually done it. Not long left. The noise. I can't take the noise anymore. I have a pistol in the attic." Just recently, a player on the Wiki forums noticed a message that brought to light the meaning of the messages. He was reading a thread that collected all known messages, transposed from Morse to English, and saw the line, 12055282010. "What are you talking about? You'll be missed." He realized this referred to the recent death of Gary Coleman, and then quickly realized the numbers were the time and date of death. He immediately scanned through the messages to try and find more examples of this apparent future telling by a game that's more than a year old. The next message he read shocked him and pushed him to enlist the aid of others to decipher the codes. The message was 94542020010. Accident in the Gulf, several dead. Oil spill apparently averted. He realized this was the BP explosion and the incorrect Day 1 assessment that the well was not leaking. From this point on, all numbers will be transcribed as times and dates. All times were given in-game in military format, and remain so in this document. Numerous members of the Fallout Wiki message board began looking over the messages to see what else we could learn. We quickly found that most of the dates were after the game had been released, yet, oddly, some were from the past. 2215, April 15th, 1865. He's dead, and blame will probably be placed on that actor, Booth. Johnson better not cheat me out of the payment. This shed new doubt on the official version of the Lincoln assassination. As the community quickly started piling up interpretations of the messages, the mods of the site summarily banned everyone who had posted in or even read the thread. All reference to the number station was removed from Fallout Wiki, and filtering software was put in place to prevent reposting of any relevant information. A few people, however, are trading emails and slowly finishing the translation of the remaining messages and putting dates to the existing ones. The Queen has died today. The world mourns, as on days like these, we are all Brits. 4/2, March 19th, 2014. Have you watched my YouTube video yet? I uploaded myself kicking bums in the nuts. 24/16, December 24th, 2012. I can't believe Britney's actually won an Oscar. 21:33, February 27th, 2023. I can't believe they've actually done it. Not long left. They were warned, but they just had to keep pushing the boundaries of science. The noise. I can't take the noise anymore. And the light. Dear God. The universe is slowly unraveling around us. I'm not going to wait for death. I have a pistol in the attic. This is actually the only message not preceded by a string of numbers. It may be worth noting that the latest date on any of the messages is 1/27, July 6th, 2027. What's up, everybody? This is the Lone Wolf here. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to episode 2 of Back from the Grave, the series where I read stories that have previously been read by guests on my channel. Just like with episode 1, there will be links to the videos that these stories first appeared in the description below. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe, especially those of you new to my channel. Hit the bell for notifications and join the Lone Wolf Pack. If anybody wishes to reach out to me regarding personal stories, recommendations, future collaborations, advice about the channel, or just to say hi, there will be links to all of my social media platforms in the description below. I'm mostly active on Twitter and on Instagram, but I also have a Discord server, an email, and a TikTok account that you can message me on as well. Until next time, stay spooky. And remember, the hunt begins when the moon is full. See you soon.